So we're at the Intel event, and we've got here one of the new Gigabyte boards. This is the Gigabyte GA-Z97X Gaming 7 motherboard. So this is one of their gaming series of motherboards. And you can obviously tell that it's one of the gaming series by the red design. Now what we have in terms of features is obviously socket 1150 with the Z97 chipset. We've got 4 RAM slots, and we've got, in terms of expansion, we've got a PCIe X1, PCIe X16, now what else is there? I can't really see. PCIe X1, PCIe X1, PCIe X16, PCI, and another PCIe X16. Now we've got Andrew here from Gigabyte. What are these in terms of what are they wired, the PCI expansion size? Are they all X16 in terms of wired?
With this specific board, that one and that one will run specifically at 16.
Right.
But then when you're running the third one there, that will actually run at ×8. We do have a version of the board which has got a PCI EXE chip on it, which adds the additional PCI Express lanes, which means that you can have all these running at 16. So if you're running 3-way crossbar or SLI as an example, all of those will actually run at 16 speeds.
So in terms of moving on, in terms of storage, we have over here we've got quite an interesting new addition. So we have your standard 6 SATA ports, as well as 2 extra ones which come from an extra chipset.
So basically what we've got is here is you've got the standard Serial 88 ports that come through the chipset. There's also a marker controller on here as well, which features additional Serial 88 ports. But the new addition that we've integrated in for this chipset is Serial 88 Express, which basically works on the PCI Express lane. So the normal Serial 88 3 ports here, they'll run at about 6 gig, but if you're using the Serial 88 Express, then that runs through at 10 gigabit data transfer rate.
So finally, before we move around to the back, we have all of these I/O headers. So we've got a USB 3 down here. We also have USB 2, I believe that one is. Parallel and serial connections still, which is nice to see for some people who still use them. You've got your front audio down there. We also have 1, 2, 3 system fan connectors down the bottom. This one is a 3-pin, the others 2 are 4-pin. Moving up, we also have our third 4-pin and our 4th fan connector for system fans. But the special thing about this board, which I'm quite happy to see, is that down here we actually have 2 4-pin fan connectors for the CPU. So if you are going to be going push-pull on a radiator, you will be able to do that using 2 Y splitters without going with a crazy kind of 4-way splitter connected to this, which generally nobody really wants to go with anyway. So we've got 2 CPU fan connectors down there, which I really like, and I wish we see in more motherboards. Now obviously we've got, what else do we have? Right, so down here we have you've got your on-off button, which is nice to see because it's the gaming series. We've also got your clear CMOS, and your reset switch, and dual bias switches here as well. So that's a basic overview. Now moving around to the back, if we come around here, we've got both PS2 keyboard and mouse ports. We also have a VGA, a DVI. Is this DVI-I? DVI-D?
That'll be DVI-D.
DVI-D. And we also have a HDMI port, 2 USB 3 there. These 4 USB 2, a single gigabit LAN, 2 more USB 3, and then your audio connectors, which is your 8-channel and optical audio connectors, which is also linked in to your sound chip down here. Now, what is this sound chip in comparison to
so that sound chip down there basically is just one of the new Creative FX sound chips. So it's pretty much on the top end of the scale, enabling you to play some games basically using maximum amount of channels for any of the sound that's coming through. So obviously if you're playing sort of first-person shooters as an example, you'll be able to hear the footsteps around you and hear them coming and things along those lines is generally the idea. So we can offer the best possible audio on our boards.
So that is the Gigabyte GA-Z97X Gaming 7 motherboard. That's our quick overview. If you want to see a more in-depth look into the board, into its features and into its overclocking capabilities, we will have another video up basically after this, so you can go check that one out. I do also want to point out that that LAN or gigabit LAN port is a Killer E, is powered by a Killer E 2200 chip as well. So it's all designed for the gamer in mind. So that is, like I said, the GA-Z97X Gaming 7 motherboard. I'm Hal Thompson, and this is the Intel UK event.